Hello, this is the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. Hello and welcome to the program. It's the news at 10 and I'm Claire Adelabu Abdul Rosak. Thank you for joining us.
And I am Tessie Omiri. Many thanks for joining us. Let's begin with the headlines.
President Buhari appeals to Nigerian youths to dialogue with government on police reforms.
Federal government applauds accomplishments. Federal government applauds accomplishments of some young innovators in Nigeria.
Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide pledges support for One Nigeria.
This organization stands to speak the truth. We will stand to commend the federal government.
Plus, Information and Culture condemns malicious attack against free speech and democracy.
But whoever attacks free press is also attacking democracy, because there can be no democracy without a robust and vibrant free press.
Hello and welcome. The News at 10 is broadcast live from our studios in Abuja. Let's begin with President Muhammadu Buhari formally recognizing and celebrating accomplishments of some young innovators in Nigeria, including a 20-year-old student of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, that's Usman Talhatu, who built a portable automatic ventilator to help people with breathing problems. Talhatu was among the 5 youth innovators in different fields showcased by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development at the maiden National Youth Day celebration, which also coincides with the African Youth Day celebration. President Buhari, who was represented by the FCT Minister Mohammed Bello, congratulated the young innovators on making the nation proud, assuring them that his government will continue to invest in entrepreneurship, skills and career development. 4 other youth innovators received cash donations of 500,000 naira each from the federal government. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Diary, says thousands of entries were received for the app challenge, and after detailed process by technical partners, 10 entries were selected to receive cash prizes of 1 million naira each, while a number of others won laptops.
And in the studio with us is one of the recipients of award from Mr. President yesterday at the ceremony to mark National Youth Day, Adejoke Lasisi of Planet 3R. Welcome to the News at 10. Okay, Adejoke. All right, Claire, let's go ahead.
All right, I was just going to say that we've got something here, and this is a bag, and actually I'm wondering what anyone can actually make out of this. And believe it or not, Tessie,
this is just
this bag and
this beautiful
sandal,
yeah?
yes, we're all made out of this pure water sachet.
Can you beat that?
That you would ordinarily throw away or discard, on the streets,
Yeah.
in the gutters, blocking the drainages.
Yeah.
But our guest here today is one of the recipients for the innovation using this to make this one. So let's get on with our questions. Sweetie, tell us, what is this app challenge all about in the first place?
Well, the app challenge, I don't really know much about it because those ones are for inventions. They want to know people that wants to use the app to make people that are using app to make difference in Nigeria. That's what I know about that. But we innovators, we were just nominated randomly across Nigeria, 5 of us. That is.
All right, can you tell us how challenging, was it coming up with this innovation, and how long, did it take you to complete it?
Well, it was really challenging, getting to really making those pure water nylon into products as small as they are, converting them into the thread-like. It was not easy initially. The products were not coming on fine, but we kept on doing it, making sure that it became better. So it was really, really challenging, from washing to shredding, to weaving, and then converting into a beautiful product. It was challenging initially.
Joke, I'm wondering, to do this, you must have some kind of already acquired skills. Is that so?
Yes,
What gave you what gave you the idea that you could transform this into something very useful?
Okay, thank you for that beautiful question. I was born into Ashoke weaving. So after I graduated from university, I realized that so many people that our cultural heritage has started going into extinction. So we came up with an innovative solution to make sure that we solve that. So later on, I noticed that I was making impact in lives of, like, by empowering young people and employing some young people and women in my community. So I realized that so many people just dump all these wastes in the drainage, on the streets. So I was like, how can I use what I have already? I look inward, like, what I already have, how can I use it to make more impact in my community, especially these environmental issues that we have. So that was why we started weaving all these nylon, used jeans, used t-shirts to convert them into rug. And I can really say that this thing, like, because we had to engage the community too in that, because so many people...
How do you get your raw materials? Which is this one, of course.
Yes, that is the the engagement of the community. We told them about, we showed them what we are doing with the wastes, and we engage them in creative awareness, whereby we let them understand the need for a clean environment. And for that, we told them that if they bring their if they bring their nylon or their waste to us, we pay them in return for their wastes, or some people donate to us.
All right, Ajoke, can you tell us your staff strength, how you're able to come up with this? How many people are involved in this production?
This weaving, for now, we have just about 6 full staff.
Wow.
Yes, although whenever we are going out for this talk, like awareness, we do get volunteers that join us to make difference together in the community. Yes.
Okay, so now, before we take you on other more policy-related questions, seeing this bag, I'm sure that you have orders as well. We brought out these sandals earlier on. I'm sure you would also want to have these, exported, in the long run. What kind of value would you be, seeking? Value addition, that is.
Yes, we would love to really make this product into an international standard. We need to get some machines, especially that will make our work more productive, create in bulk, and the neatness as well, especially when it comes to the shredding parts. Because after washing and disinfecting these wastes, we now shred them with scissors, which actually takes time. So if we can get a machine for that, which will require money, funding for that, it will make our work much neater and easier as well.
Tessie.
All right, Ajoke, what kind of enabling environment would you like to see for more young Nigerians, to be able to achieve this and lots more?
Well, I want to see an environment where our products, our made in Nigeria products, are being accepted globally, especially here in Nigeria by our leaders. If they can use most of our products more, it will encourage more young people to want to go into those things, instead of probably importing most of all these outfits or whatever we use. If they really encourage us by using our products, it will encourage more youth to want to start their business or improve on what they do. Yes, that's what
Jockey, just the last question for you. A lot of people, I'm sure the demands of the youth here and there, but here you are, one of the recipients of, an award initiated by the federal government. What message do you have to other youths who believe that there are no, plans or programs, designated for the Nigerian youth?
Oh, well, one particular message that I have, due to what I've always been hearing from people, is that they should not underestimate, like some people will just tell you that they know who they will choose already, because of that mindset, it makes them not even apply or even want to push harder and keep improving on themselves, because they believe that government already know who they would select, who they would do. And to be honest, it's not like that. You just have to keep pushing yourself out there. And with this kind of edition, this National Youth Day that was done yesterday, I believe that by the time they keep recognizing more youths and investing in more youth by funding youth projects, it will really help this, not just youth now, but the economy as a whole.
All right, Adejoke Lasisi of Planet 3R. We really appreciate you, and of course, maybe we can keep this for ourselves. Tessie and I can keep this back to ourselves. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much.
All right, and back here, President Muhammadu Buhari Sunday in Abuja appealed to Nigerian youths to end street protests and participate in meaningful discussions with government aimed at comprehensive reforms to end all forms of police brutality against Nigerians. A statement by a senior special assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, indicates that the President sent the message at the maiden National Youth Day celebration observed on November 1, coinciding with the African Youth Day celebration. It's against the backdrop of the recent protest against police brutality in the country, leading to the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. President Buhari, who was represented by the FCT Minister Mohammed Bello, told the gathering that the pleas of Nigerian youths have been heard by his administration. He asked that the federal government, and I quote, now wants to hear concrete and practical ideas from the youths, while acknowledging their constitutional rights to peaceful protest. President Buhari also used the occasion to express a strong opposition to the wrongful use and imposition of violent force against any innocent law-abiding persons, particularly young people, describing Nigerian youths as agents for social change, economic growth and sustainable development. President Buhari says his administration has established no fewer than 25 initiatives aimed at empowering youths across the country. He also notes that these noble initiatives ongoing in the last 5 years were aimed at placing Nigerian youths on the path of career development, entrepreneurship, skills development and direct employment.
This news at 10 is live from Abuja, and still ahead on the news.
Now, some young Nigerians in Abia State benefit from agro-commodity enterprises and farming projects. Details when we come back.
Advertising your goods and services on the right channel gives you an edge over your competitors. NTA News 24 has all the platforms for your target audience. The station is on DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 46, StarTimes channel 101, and Free TV channel 703. With our digital format and wide range, we can reach your customers in next to no time. We are eager to promote your business, goods and services. So, partner with us for a very rewarding business experience. For more information, please call Henry on 0803-379-0884 or visit our office at NTA Headquarters, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. NTA News 24. News and more news.
All right, thanks for joining us once again. We have another youth who also won an award at the Youth Awards Day celebration yesterday. And this time, he is in the category of the 1 million Naira award platform. Let me quickly introduce in the studio Yusha Osani of the Agro Chainers. He's of the Digital Economy and Semi-Balancing System. I'm wondering what this is all about. Talk to us about your invention.
Yeah, I'm from the northwestern part of this country, and we have a lot of farmers which are mostly from the rural areas. And we realized that they don't have access to banking, and we feel like it is necessary for us to use technology and bring it close to them. So we come up with the agro-chainers, which will give them a kind of a digital banking services.
So how did you get, the inspiration for the invention?
Yeah, I happen to be sometimes in a rural area, and I wanted a banking service, and unfortunately there were nowhere I can have access to that, and I felt like there is need of such kind of thing in all part and all level of community in this country.
Tessie has the next question for you.
All right, tell us, where will it be used?
Yeah, mostly we focus on agriculture for now, and we are trying to see how youth can actually have more benefit of it, because already we have a lot of youth that have benefited from N-Agro, and that is N-Power program, and they have already been equipped with a lot of skills, and we are giving smart gadgets. So we look at, and they are also very close to those people in the rural communities, because the beneficiaries are all over the country. So our system is actually going to play a major role between the youth and farmers.
How did you get to know about this initiative by the federal government?
Actually, I saw it on their website.
Because a lot of youths don't believe that there are quite a number of initiatives that they can key into.
Actually, there are many, and that there are many of them that we have been seeing, and we have been looking for this kind of opportunity to come up with what we feel like it will be useful to the country. There are many of them. I know I'm aware of about many that were coming from Ministry of Communication, that is under NITDA. So only those that who don't give out their time, or who don't think of what they will come up, what they will bring for their community, they actually think that there are no opportunity, or their government is doing nothing to it. But if actually one is interested and he's having the mindset of doing it, he will actually go on to make findings, and he will realize that there are many and many of them.
So what are you going to deploy your 1 million naira awards to?
Yeah, actually to support my fellow youth. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you intend, to encourage the youth to go into farming?
As I said, we're using our platform. We in the north, we have a lot of land that can be used for farming, owned by some people who don't actually use it for anything. So we are using the platform to see how we can have a partnership with them. So a youth who does not have anything, but he is having the interest in farming, so we will get those land for him. We collect it and give him on rent, and anything that he required for his farming, we will provide it for him, and of which after he finish the farming, after harvest, he can pay back. He don't even have to use money. He can just pay with the product. And even the product, what we intend to do with the product, we will also engage other youths, which we give them the product at a certain amount of price, and they go and sell, then remove their profit, and then return back what they have collected from us.
All right, News, once again we say congratulations and thank you for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Moving on, the federal government, through the Family Livelihood Improvement Enterprise for Niger Delta, has organized a week-long agribusiness development orientation training in Abia State. And
Chair Okole reports that the training is aimed at building capacity in different agro-commodity enterprises and farming, and that's for rural youths, women who head households, as well as physically challenged persons.
Youth and women from 10 local government areas of Abia State were pioneer trainees of the 4,025 beneficiaries of the agricultural program in the first phase of the project, which include poultry, fishery, palm processing machine, and other agro-allied commodities.
Facilitators have inculcated a lot of wisdoms and ability into us.
We are really interested in the youth of Abia State because in equipping us for us to be self-independent and self-reliant.
The state project coordinator of Life ND, Uchenna Onyizu, said that the project, which is jointly funded by the federal government, Niger Delta Development Commission, and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, is aimed at enhancing income, food security, and job creation among Nigerian youths.
The whole essence is for us to look at what we've been taught for the past 1 week. At the end of the day, they will now graduate to be established.
Agriculture is about food. Food security is very, very important.
The project will be implemented in the 9 states in the Niger Delta region. In Umuahe Chinyere Okoli, NTA News.
Now, in the face of Nigeria's daunting challenges, the government has remained resolute in its determination to eradicate poverty in the country. This is one of the reasons it joined the rest of the world to commemorate the World Poverty Eradication Day, and it's aimed at providing sustainable solutions to the challenges of poverty and healthcare in developing nations.
Ekemini Williams in this report takes a look at the life of the average Nigerian living below the poverty line.
Janet David has been working as a janitor at my house in Abuja during the weekend. Most Saturdays when she comes to work, she is always famished and looking mostly unhappy. Janet has not come to work for about 3 weeks now, and that is unlike her. After a brief conversation with her to ask why, I could sense she was in need of urgent help. So I decided to hit the road to Sabon Lube area of Abuja, where she resides with her husband and 3 children. What I saw did not in any way match my expectations. Married to a man who has been unemployed for years, it turns out Janet has taken on the sole responsibility of a breadwinner in the family, coupled with her role as a wife and mother, with an income that barely puts food on the table. Janet says accessing the basic necessities of life is more or less a luxury for her and her children.
The thing they hurt me because sometimes, like I won't go work like this. I no get transport to go, so I go with person and borrow money before I go.
It's people that give us small place to farm. It's not that big farm like that. It's just small. So sometimes no food. She will go out and work small. Anything that she have, she will come and cook. Sometimes we don't used to eat. We don't used to eat food.
There are many others like Janet in this locality and by extension the nation at large, particularly the northeast and northwest region, which according to the World Food Programme have the highest ratio of people living below the poverty line. But for others like Ernest Ntuk, who is a small-scale farmer, he thinks different. He even dares to say farmers can never be poor.
If a lot of graduates, let's say for instance you have 1 million graduates from all universities across the country, and 80 or 70% of that number have been trained, have been doctored to pick up agriculture as a driving force, as something that would create employment, what you will see is a wide generation of jobs.
Since the inception of the International Day for Poverty Eradication in 1993, several themes have been chosen annually to bring attention to developing nations grappling with the effect of poverty on the lives of its citizens. This year, the theme Acting Together to Achieve Social and Environmental Justice for All seeks to address issues surrounding COVID-19 and the vulnerability of the poorest to contracting the virus without access to quality health care.
Have come out with a framework waiting approval to move this country forward. The program is so straight. We want to ensure that every local government has an industry that can process raw materials into finished products, and that is giving effect to what we call the value chain.
While the likes of Ernest may be fortunate to own a business that keeps him slightly above the poverty line, there are others like Janet who continue their race against time with the hope of living the good life someday. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Federal government and stakeholders commend website validation to boost engagement in social protection. More on Business News with Chimobi Walter Naji.
In its bid to providing a robust website to facilitate stakeholders' engagement on social protection, the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, in partnership with some stakeholders, have completed the development of a web application resource for members of the Social Protection Community of Practice, COP. The Permanent Secretary, Budget and National Planning, and Chairman, Technical Working Group, National Social Protection Policy, NSPP, Mrs. Olushola Ido, in her opening remarks at the validation meeting of the new social protection website, said the process would enhance stakeholders' engagement in the review of the NSPP. According to her, the website would serve as a resource for greater collaboration and networking amongst members of the social protection community of practice, adding that it would also function as an interactive repository system for sharing and storing learning resources on social protection. Meanwhile, the capital market closed bullish on the last trading day of the month of October, appreciating by 3.71%. Some stakeholders expect that the capital market will pick more momentum in the coming weeks.
The market will remain stable, except we have any major shock, affecting the economy, such as the crisis that we just saw. And I'm happy that it was contained, very quickly. And if we don't have any such up to December, even if we are going to see some level of profit taking and sell-offs, it may not be such that will, erode completely all the gains that have been recorded, so far.
With Business News, I'm Chimobi Walter Naji.
All right, you stay watching the news at 10 here on the NTA, broadcast live from Abuja. When we return,
Gombe State inaugurates panel of inquiry on police brutality. Details ahead.